Hello!
Hi!
Welcome back to Bonnet Babble.
Yes.
Welcome to today's rants. And I'm Katie.
And I'm Evie.
And let's get on with it. Oh, all the scrolling.
Got to scroll
All the way. Why can't it there needs to be like a sort function on here somewhere. And I don't know why part 2 is underneath part 1.
No, that is rather annoying.
It is really annoying. I think it's because I edited this one. Edited? What? Edited. I edited part 1 after I'd published part 2, and that was before I'd fixed the website. Something went wrong. Something went a bit Pete Tong with it anyway.
At least it's close.
True. So, part 2.
Noble, you say?
I could do that. Maybe. So part 2 is trying to adult. Ooh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Well, that's rubbish. Sorry, I had an email back from one of those journalists I emailed yesterday.
Oh. But you said it's rubbish.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what we'll be able to do to help. I don't know. Publish an article about how rubbish it is. Might be useful. Just a thought.
Maybe.
Anyway, part 2, trying to adult. Normal, you say? I can do that. Maybe. So we got to around 2008. I moved back home with Mother Dearest in a desperate attempt to curb my spiralling behaviour. So I was jobless, back at home with Mother, who likes to press all my buttons like a toddler on crack. She does. It's literally like she's got a board of them just in front of her and she's like...
It's like a
smashing
kid
them all. Yeah.
piano.
Yeah, smashing them all at the same time. Yeah. Like one of them jumperoos with a really tiny baby that just smacks everything in front of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Mother Dearest. So what...
They weren't too much of a treat, as it is.
Yeah. So what do I do now? Apply for, try and find a job, maybe, so I can get out of her house. Should be easy. No, not easy. Despite having managerial experience, even at my young whippersnapperish age, I was running a whole department in my previous position. But I quickly discovered that because of the financial climate and, companies were making redundancies left, right and centre, I'd have to take what I could get. So I ended up as an administrator in an IT company. Not a job I would have chosen for myself, but it was better than nothing. As vaguely IT savvy as I am. I mean, I've figured out this stuff, haven't I?
Well, yes. You've done really well with
I
this.
mean, I did. I cocked it up a few times on the way.
Yeah, but that's learning curves.
Right, yeah. It's been a long time since I've faffed about with technical things.
Software stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I sort of fell into it, but it was what it was. And my risky behaviour, because I was still going off the rails and hadn't quite found my way back to the track yet. It was sort of like intruding on my work life. So I struck up a relationship with a bloke at this new job. He was far older than me, had a motorbike, and I thought that was cool at the time.
Cool.
And he had the nickname of Stabber. Yeah.
Gets me every time.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Being introduced, did he introduce himself as the nickname?
No, as his normal name.
Right. Oh yeah, because you worked with him. But surely, when you first heard the nickname Stabber, you would have thought
it should have rang alarm bells. I think my alarm bells were a bit kaput at that point from all the substances I'd been taking, to be honest.
Okay.
And my mother hated him, which kind of egged me on as well. I was like, yeah, she doesn't like him. Okay. See how long we can get away with this for then. And she wouldn't have him stay at the house. So we'd have to go and we'd go out on the lash and then go and get a Premier Inn at 60 quid a pop.
Wow.
Oh, it's cost a bloody fortune.
That's an expensive night out.
I know. To be with a bloke called Stabber. Absolute moron. Honestly, absolute idiot. And then there was a vice president in the company I was working for who was in his 40s. And keep in mind, I don't even think I'd quite ticked 20 yet. And, you know, he took a bit of a shine to me under the guise of, you know, taking me under his wing to nurture my career.
Or groom you, whichever one.
And in my naivety, I was like, yeah, this is a good idea. He was also married, but I don't think that lasted very long, to be honest. Anyway, Stabber discovered that I'd been having, you know, discussions with this VP at the pub. And that's all it was in the beginning, was just chats. But Stabber was he was the jealous type. No, I wasn't allowed to have conversations with anybody of the male persuasion. Yeah, otherwise the green-eyed monster would come out to play. So he was annoying me by that point, and I was kind of like keeping him at arm's length, thinking I'm gonna have to put you in the bin soon.
As easy as that.
As easy, well, it never is it? Unfortunately, no. Especially with the controlling ones, because they seem to get it into their head that you owe them something, and they just cause a ruckus where there needn't be a ruckus. It's really irritating.
It really is.
And he caused a right ruckus when I eventually did it. Anyway, so I'd fibbed about where I was going to be one day. I was actually at the local pub with this VP discussing work. Stabber just suddenly, he like did this dramatic entrance into the pub, and he stormed up to the table and went, "I knew it." It's like, knew what? There's nothing to know. I'm just having a discussion. It's not like I'm in a hotel room with this person. Do you know what I mean? And at the time, I'm thinking, you know, I just want the ground to open and swallow me whole, because, you know, this was my like boss's boss, big head honcho boss.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. And I just knew he was going to make a scene, and he did make a good old scene. Yeah. Oh, that was the beginning of the end, I think, with Stabber.
The beginning.
Well, it had been, yeah, fine. It never really begun, really.
No.
Not really, not in my mind. But yeah, during this whole time, and it started a long time previously. As soon as I'd started working full time, really, I'd always had a lot of sick time away from work. A lot of like, you know, flu-like symptoms and feeling achy, and my glands were up, and I was tired, and the brain fog, and
body's way of telling you, shut down.
yeah, stop now. And that's what it was. Now I know. It was ADHD burnout.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was tested for glandular fever.
Weird how it can affect the body so physically.
It is, yeah. It's quite, my shutdowns are quite dramatic.
Yes, I know.
It's like my whole immune system goes, no, we're stopping now. That's enough.
I remember the first winter I knew you.
Yeah.
And I was always turning around to your partner going,
Is she all right?
is she okay?
She's still alive. Yeah, she just doesn't leave the house when it's dark. It's dark and cold outside. But yeah, they tested me for all sorts, you know, glandular fever and scarlet fever and all that sort of stuff, and underactive thyroid and all that sort of gubbins. Because, you know, actually back then, the GPs were still half decent. Well, they are still half decent, but they're not allowed to be half decent anymore, because they've got a time limit.
Red tape.
Yeah. So they never found anything, and, you know, my colleagues weren't particularly supportive. It was a very male-dominated environment. And I got the nickname of Sick Note whenever I'd had the odd day off. Along with Scully was my other nickname, because I was still ginger. Why are you buzzing? Go away.
Husband's trying to call.
We're very busy. It's very important. So because I, you know, got a poor response whenever I'd taken the time that I needed to recuperate, not that I didn't know at the time that it was ADHD burnout, I was always pushing myself to breaking point, working, you know, overtime, going into it when I was harbouring some form of bubonic plague. This cracked me up as well, actually. One of my bosses at the time, she was just an arse. She was a horrible creature. And she was so pleased with herself that she was getting married, you know, in a few weeks, and she was bragging about, you know, this beautiful ceremony they were going to have and all that sort of stuff. And she'd been one of the ones that had been funny about me being off sick. So I came in, and I swear to God, it must have been swine flu or bird flu. It was some form of horrible flu. Spanish flu. I don't know. It was hideous.
All the flus.
It was awful. And And I literally, she sat opposite me and I was sat there coughing and spluttering away and feeling like I was going to keel over at any moment. And then she got it 2 days before her wedding. She got this virus. And then when she came back from her honeymoon 2 weeks later, she was like, oh, thanks for ruining my wedding day. I was like, well, you know, you're not even listening. Stop texting.
I gotta go.
What now?
Yeah.
Why?
They're there.
What?
At my house.
But you said we had until 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so did I. That's what I just told him. I know.
We're only halfway through. Oh. Well, maybe I can just cut out where we did to part 2, and then. But then I'm going to forget all the things I said about Stabber. Just finish. Well,
just
really
quickly.
quick. Just really quick. Okay. So we infected my boss. Yes. Okay. It paid off. I donned this normal mask. I had an envious work ethic and drive, and I was promoted through the ranks from administrator to admin supervisor to logistics supervisor. And finally, after sort of selling off my rights to my firstborn and giving them a pound of flesh, they paid for me to be trained as a project manager.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when I was there, still in the same job, I met my future husband. I actually hired him. And
Hired him for which job?
He was working just in admin. He'd just literally just come out of uni. Oh, for that? Yeah, sorry. I'm all flustered because you've got to go.
I know.
And
Sorry.
I'm like, ah. So he was like the sort of person I pictured that I should be with. You know, he had a degree, he was responsible, or so I thought. You know, had the stable family.
He's the good man.
Yeah, he was driven and intelligent and easy to get on with, and he should be. He's the right sort, is what I thought. Not like my track record, which was really not the right sort.
Stuff.
Yeah, and the rest. Oh,
Yeah.
I've not written.
That's just the funny.
I've not written about it yet. There's some other absolute clangers in there.
Oh dear.
Oh my days. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, we didn't get on at all work-wise. I'm the sort that when I'm busy, you know I'm busy because I'm running around with my hair on fire, shouting out orders and looking overly stressed and like I'm about to have a coronary. Whereas my soon-to-be husband could get all of his work done and looked like he was having a nap, which was really irritating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, really annoying. And in fact, he's always been like that. It's infuriating. So we ended up seeing each other. I detangled myself from the Lecce VP. And, you know, keep in mind that he, instead of, by that point, actually, he'd taken nearly all the young ladies in the business under his wing. And it turns out that he was up to no good with quite a few of them. Yes, he was one of them. Delightful. So I detangled myself from him, some other unhealthy friendships that I had still like stringing along from my teens. And then it was put on my big girl pants and time to do things right and be a normal person. Apparently. It went so well. Yeah.
We probably did for a bit.
Well, yeah, not really.
No.
No, because there's all sorts of catastrophes in there, like kebab gate. Kebab gate.
Yes. I think that might be one of my favourites.
And more. And that'll be next time.
Yes.
When you come back.
Okay.
How long are you going to be? If
I
you're there
don't
already, you might not be long.
It might not be long.
Go.
All right.
Go quickly.
All
And then
right.
come back. Okay, bye.
Bye, people.
Bye-bye. So that's all for today's rant.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, have a lovely day. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.